Hello, hello. Is there anybody there? Can anyone hear me? And other lyrics to Comfortably Numb, which I don't know. Excellent. So I messed with the mic setup quite a bit yesterday. Kyle helped me for some of it, and then I changed it again. So just let me know if my voice is getting drowned out during any of the action, if it's too loud, you know, whatever. And I will try to adjust. Yeah, I was trying to put on some noise suppression and a noise gate to try and drown out the background, because otherwise you can just hear my computer fans going full tilt. That's not great. Oh, right, 1 second. I have improvised a pop filter out of a sock. We will see how that works. But I should probably just get a real pop filter at some point. Alright, well, yeah. We're gonna play some Dead by Daylight. I'm a little congested this morning, so, you know, it might sound like I'm talking around a mouthful of cheese or something. But, that's just winter in Idaho. Yeah, we're gonna play some Dead by Daylight. We're gonna try and, well, I'm gonna try and play a bunch of killer games, but the matchmaking is really messed up and has been for about 6 weeks. It's so messed up that the devs are actually not going to fix it. They're just rewriting it from scratch, and they're slowly moving people over to the new matchmaking system, 10% at a time. So it's entirely possible we won't get any killer games, in which case I'll just play Survivor. But let's get going. I'm going to start with my favorite of all boys, Michael Myers. I guess before I get going, I'll explain a little bit of what I got going on here. So Michael's power is that he gets faster and stronger by stalking survivors. So his add-ons here will make some of that power increase last longer, while making me also have to stalk longer to get to his higher levels of power. This one makes me build up the power quicker. This just gives me more XP at the end of a match. My phone goes off. So this thing, every time I hook a survivor, I get wall hacks on all the other survivors that are farther than 40 meters away from the hook. This is designed to stop killers from just camping a hooked survivor, and it's really useful. Like, a lot of people run this kind of on everything. Every killer has a radius around them where the survivors hear a heartbeat. This just reduces the heartbeat by 8 meters when you're not in a chase, and increases it by 8 when you are in a chase. But what this effectively means for Myers, when his power level is low, his heartbeat radius is only 8 meters. So more or less, you can just sneak right up on people and they won't know you're coming until you're there. so that's fun. This just makes skill checks harder for the survivors when they're fixing generators. It's a hex perk, which means there will be a lit totem somewhere in the map, and if the survivors break it, this perk turns off. So it's high risk, high reward. And this one just makes it so that when they stun me with a pallet or decisive strike or something like that, I recover from the stuns a lot faster. Instead of being stunned for 4 seconds, I'll be stunned for 1, which is nice because then I can get back into the chase. So that's my basic Myers build. So let's see if we can get it to work. Yeah, it is a little infuriating, but it's so necessary. So Decisive Strike is a perk that survivors have, where after you chase them and down them, when they pick you up, they can basically, once per game, hit you with a little knife stab and makes you drop them so they can get away. And it's, in my opinion, it's the most unfair, unbalanced thing in the game. It's like, hey, I won this chase, whoops, just kidding. So enduring is more or less the counter to it at the moment. And tons of survivors run it. I know it's knitting needles in the movie. In the game, the icon is a knife. And yes, Halloween owns. I'm going with game canon here. But yeah, it is actually a knitting needle in the movie. All right, let's see how we do. Okay, so already we have some information. Those offerings are one-use items that the survivors and killers can play before the game to kind of affect how the game works. Yeah, Bowie knife. And there was a secret offering, so I don't know what it is, but for survivors, there's only 2 secret offerings they can possibly use. One is that they will all start the match together instead of being split up. So that's one possibility. The other one makes the survivor who played it start the game as far away as possible from the killer. So one of those 2 situations is true. And that will somewhat help me, try and get an initial chase here. This is Badham Preschool. This is the Freddy Krueger map. It's one of my least favorite maps. Hey, there's my totem up there in that house. This map just has a lot of places for survivors to run. A lot of pallets. Hey, speaking of a survivor. So you can see when he glows, that's me stalking him. You can see in the lower left, around my portrait, that little red meter filling in. I'm already at level 2 of my power, which means I now move faster. I also do have a terror radius now. Hi, Jake. That was a bad decision. So I knew he was going in the house, so I could just back out and circle around and get him. The 2 Fort of Dead by Daylight. Yep. Okay, so there's barbecue and chili. You can see the 2 survivors on those 2 generators over there. But we also know, because we didn't see a 3rd survivor, that one of them was within 40 meters of me, so he's probably still in that house. So again, getting as much information as possible. Okay, she's gonna run this way. Betting she's gonna come in through the school here. Oh, maybe not. Where'd she go? Oh, she ran back. There she is. All right. Oh wow, I got my my totem already. They're doing a good job being stealthy, although Jake is not. I'm just gonna stalk him and build up my power. He doesn't know I'm there. One of the things you can do as Myers is you build up your power almost completely to level 3. Whoa! And then the game freezes, and you get it to level 3 when you didn't intend to. But level 3 will let me hit Jake and down him in a single hit. Like that, instead of taking 2. The thing about level 3 is you can see it slowly drain. Like all the well-informed killer. So level 3 will drain out. So ideally what you want to do, oh, there's some scratch marks in here. Ideally what you want to do is build it up to where it's like 99.9%. I think somebody might be there. Nope. And then you pop it right when you catch somebody. So that you can kind of maximize it. In that case, the game lagged it and charged it up all the way when I didn't intend it to. This game is well optimized. Alright. But they got that guy off the hook, so they're probably healing him around here somewhere. Yep, you can see him behind this tree. Hi, buddy. And while I have my level 3 power, I might as well go after Jake a little bit. Jake here. Made him waste that pellet. Go back over to Ace. Put him on a hook. So again, there's probably one of them within 40 meters. Guessing it's Jake, still in the school somewhere. So when I kick the generator like that, it will force it to regress, which is really nice. Somebody jumped on it really quick and completed it just now anyway. So these survivors are doing pretty well. Again, there's somebody within 40 meters. So they only have to repair 2 gens now to open the exit gate. You can see that in the lower left. So that generator has a decent amount of progress. Here's Jake. And the way the maps are laid out, survivors have to do 5 gens, but there are 7 of them. Nice. So, in the end, they will have, you know, I still have 3 generators that I'll have to patrol. So that I can't just camp one. So there's some strategy on the survivor side in terms of picking which generators to repair. Okay, so there's all 3 of them. This guy's over here. Haven't really been doing a very good job managing my my power. She's not doing a very good job breaking my line of sight. Oh shit. Misplayed that. Tried to tap it and tapped it just a little too long. I think she knew she was dead, so she was just trying to run as far away from any hooks as possible. But there's one right here, so maybe not the best plan in the world. Okay, they are all within 40 meters of me right now. Means they should be going for a rescue. Yep. Anytime. I thought I saw somebody duck behind this tree. Maybe I did not. Okay. Well, there's somebody. And I saw somebody running to the left here. Let's see. Yeah, corner's not a great place to hide. Okay, that is one survivor dead. So there's that ace that I injured over here. He's healing. He has a pallet over there, so he's going to drop that on me. Or he's going to run. He could have dropped that pallet and gotten away. It was a misplay on his part. Okay, so everybody's here still. One of them's working on this generator. I don't know why she was just standing there. The other one's gonna get to rescue the ace. She's gonna drop this pallet. I believe that's her dead. Yep. And now we're in a much better position. With only 2 of them, that means if I'm chasing one, or I down one of them, their only choice is for the other person to rescue. I'm actually in a very strong position right now. I saw them running left, so I think they're on this generator. Yep, there's Jake. He's just running right at me. Alright. He doesn't really have anywhere he can go. Oh. And it looks like the ace had a key because he already escaped. If you have a key, you can open the exit hatch even before the game is over and escape. So Ace just decided to get the fuck out of Dodge. And Jake is going on the hook. So 3 kills, that's not a bad start. Especially on a map that is, frankly, yep, see, hatch is open. On a map that is pretty survivor-sided. So this is one of the weird things about Dead by Daylight is there's not really a victory condition. So you have to kind of make up your own, but in this case I killed 3 of them and I scored more points than all of them, so I would say I won. Alright, 69,000, nice. So we have a whole bunch of killers to choose from. Any picks? Any requests? We got a whole bunch of stuff. We have Trapper, who's kind of your knockoff Jason, who sets bear traps. Wraith is kind of a predator thing. He can turn invisible. Oh, Freddy? Freddy is widely regarded as the worst killer in the game. He is extremely underpowered and terrible. Let's play him. Let's see. So Freddy's whole deal is that he lives in the dream world. He cannot attack survivors unless he pulls them into the dream world by putting them to sleep. The downside for him is that survivors can wake up pretty easily. Either an awake survivor can wake another survivor up, or they just miss a skill check while healing or doing a generator. All of those things wake them up. When he goes to put somebody asleep, it takes 7 seconds for them to actually fall asleep. So, more or less, like if you put some... Oh, the other way that they wake up is you put them on a hook. As soon as you put somebody on a hook, they're awake. And why that's really bad is you can put somebody on a hook and then someone else can just rescue them, and you can't stop it because you can't attack them because they're all awake. So you just get to watch people unhook in front of you. It's not great. Freddy's not great. Yeah, it's a cool concept. I just don't think they pulled it off really well. Yeah, no, he's garbage. So, my add-ons here, this will make it so that people fall asleep a little faster. This one makes me move faster after I put somebody into sleep. This creates 1 extra hook. This is an offering, so this gets used up at the end of the game. This will let me break generators and pallets faster. This one is cool. So what this means is there will be an obsession in the game, and every time I hit them, it makes it so that it takes 5 seconds longer for the survivors to open the exit gates, up to 30 extra seconds. There's a low-level version of Barbecue and Chili where the distance is 52 meters. Dying Light, this one pairs with this one because this also creates an obsession, and as soon as I kill the obsession, everything survivors do takes 25% longer. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I expect to lose badly, and that's fine. Okay, so we're going to Haddonfield. We're going to the Halloween map. That's what that offering does. Haddonfield is a pretty hard map. There are lots of places for survivors to hide. It's basically a neighborhood street. I really like it aesthetically. I think it's really neat. But it's a hard map for killers. It's lots of rooms upstairs and decks and porches and stuff you have to check. So the other really bad thing about Freddy, and we'll see it here in a sec, is that they made the dream world super dark. So it is hard to see anything. So people can pretty well hide in plain sight. When you pull survivors in, they get the same darkness. Like, I think, again, aesthetically it looks cool if it just wasn't so damn dark. So usually at the start of the game, the survivors are kind of a medium distance away. If I can hear somebody working on this generator already. Also, for survivors who are awake, they can't see Freddy. He's invisible. Okay, so now when she has that glow, she's fully asleep. Come here. There you go. Oh, she's the obsession. Nice. That was a very silly thing for her to do. Okay. I can also see asleep survivors when they are outside of my terror radius, so that's why I could see her over there. And she's just running right at me, not paying attention at all. When survivors are asleep, they also do everything at half speed, so is a good way to slow things down in theory. Easy. You can see in the lower left, the survivors who have the weird little circles around their icons are the ones who are asleep, and I can see them because they're asleep. That person's healing themselves. This person is just running. So if this person gets a failed skill check while they're being healed. Oh, hey. We're waking each other up. And now they're asleep. This is Laurie Strode, by the way. That was predictable. Alright, 2 on a hook. Oh wow, they're all over there. So they're all gonna get healed up. So what I really want to do is get her down and dead for both the stacks of Remember Me and the stacks of Dying Light, which are the obsession perks I'm running. That was a good little juke on her part. That was not. So I'm actually doing way better than I expected. These survivors are not doing great now. Yeah, like you can see what the thought process was, and I think it's actually really cool. Hello, I see you hiding in the bush. But yeah, they had a good idea, but it's, you know, it's just kind of broken. So is she waiting? Nope, she is not. That was a good choice. But she was not paying enough attention. So, yeah, my whole goal as the killer is to try and keep pressure on the survivors so they can't do generators. And I think I'm doing a pretty decent job. They still only have one generator repaired. The escape hatch doesn't even spawn until 2 generators are repaired. So I want to try and keep them as asleep as possible. Because then they can't really do much in the way of repair when they're asleep. And it makes them try to do things other than generators. Like they spend time trying to wake up instead of trying to repair. She's on the other side of that fence. They're down in the basement. Let's see. I think this is Lori. Nope, this is Lori. I really should try and find that Kate and kill her, but I should break that pallet. I'm not in the middle of a chase. Okay. She fell on the side there. Where the fuck is she? Oh, she's up there. Okay, so she just woke herself up by failing that skill check. Damn, I wish there was a break in the fence. Alright, so I'm going to let her go and try and focus on some of these other survivors, because now 3 of them have had a chance to just repair generators without a lot of pressure. That was a really strange choice. Now they've managed to do some generators here. I'm actually in kind of a bad position now. I have 4 of them alive with only 2 generators to go. One generator to go. Oh shit, I didn't even notice there was one over there. So I'm in a real bad position now. Kind of squandered the lead I had. I think this generator over here is almost done. Hi, Lori. Yeah, they're doing a good job wasting my time. They managed to rally pretty well. Somebody's on that generator. Wow, still not dead. Okay, somebody's been repairing this. They ran over here. Alright, I'm gonna try and kill the cape, even though it's not really gonna matter too much. So that's going to be 25 extra seconds on the exit gates. She's trying to get a skill check on this generator to wake up. Yeah, Freddy can be very hard to play. You have to think a little more strategically than a lot of the other killers. Oh, damn it. So there's the last generator, but they still have to open the exit gates. Which I think they're going to get him. Claudette here is just trying to waste my time to give her team time to open the gates. So both gates are over there. I'm going to let Claudette go and see if I can catch somebody out here. I guess wrong. Okay, they're at that exit gate. They might have had enough time to open it now. Yeah, it's opening. Yep. You got it. So at this point, all I can do is try and kill Claudette. Oh, somebody's here. Alright, 2 escapes, 2 kills. Not bad. Better than I expected to do for free. Yeah, look at the skill differential here, or the rank differential. Hey, I made it to, or no, not quite rank 4. Yeah, no, that was hard. That was not an easy game. Alright, so you have Wraith. He can turn invisible. He kind of has a Predator-like shimmer. He's faster when he's invisible, but he cannot attack, so to attack he has to turn visible again. Hillbilly is kind of knockoff Leatherface. He has a chainsaw that, when he revs it up, he runs really fast in a straight line. It's kind of like the shield, or the Demo Man shield from TF2. But if he hits you with his chainsaw, it downs you in a single hit. The Nurse is pretty slow normally, but she can blink really fast. She blinks through walls, ceilings, whatever. She's regarded as the best killer in the game because she more or less ignores all the geometry that survivors use to escape. But she's also really hard to play, and I am terrible with her. The Huntress throws axes, or throws hatchets. She's the only one with a ranged attack. I'm not great with her either. Michael Myers is the best. The Hag sets traps that, when survivors set them off, she can teleport to them and hit them. Leatherface is actual Leatherface. Instead of doing a straight line dash with his chainsaw, he pretty much moves at normal speed when he uses it, but he swings his chainsaw back and forth 4 or 5 times and can hit multiple people. And again, if you get hit with his chainsaw, you're down in a single hit. The Doctor has a shock attack, as well as a passive shock aura that drives survivors insane, and that makes their skill checks harder and makes them start to hallucinate things like fake pallets and stuff like that, and then they'll just start screaming. Freddy is Freddy. You have the Pig, which is Amanda Young from the Saw movies. She can duck and do a dash attack. When she ducks, her heartbeat radius goes to nothing, and she can also put reverse bear traps on people's heads that they then have to go search jigsaw boxes to get the keys. If they don't get the bear traps off their head in a certain time, their head explodes and kills them instantly. The Clown throws gas bottles that, when survivors step into the gas, they are slowed down and their vision goes really blurry, so he's really good at chasing. Forever salty about Leatherface. So the thing with Leatherface is, as soon as you see him coming, you just run away. Like, don't try and hide from him, just get the fuck out. Yep, Fart Clown. And then you have Sword Ghost, who turns invisible, zooms around as a ghost, and then can pop out of invisibility for a quick attack. I like her a lot. Fart Clown? Okay. We'll play Fart Clown. I don't have very many good perks with him, so this may go badly. I do like the Clown because every time he hits somebody, he has this wheezing laugh that I think is really good. Also, every killer has an execution animation that you can use sometimes, and his is he stomps people to death and then cuts off one of their fingers and licks it. And it's super gross, and I love it. Alright, so this perk is Pop Goes the Weasel. So many good killers like Fart Clown and Sword Ghost. So Pop Goes the Weasel. Every time I hook somebody for 30 seconds, Pop Goes the Weasel is active, and if I break a generator in that 30 seconds, it's instantly regressed 25%. So this is a really good like progression denial thing. This is Hex Ruin, which again just makes skill checks harder. This is Enduring, which is stun recovery. And this is Sloppy Butcher. Basically, when I injure survivors, it takes them longer. They get mangled, and that means it takes them longer to heal. So he's also good at kind of keeping people out of the game, but I don't really have much with him that's good. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I just haven't leveled him up enough to get anything decent with him. I guess while we're looking at him, I can try and level him and see if we get anything. So this is how you level up in this game. The points that you get become spendable XP, and you get these randomly, or these, yeah, procedurally generated webs, and you just buy things from it using your XP. And then over here, this is the entity that will also start buying things from the web so that you can't. Oh hey, I got people in my lobby now. So both of these things just make it so that when people step into the gas, it lasts longer. This is just double blood points for all players. Oh boy, let's see. This might be a pre-made squad. Let's see. Okay, so they greatly thicken the mist. They remove a hook. Yeah, these guys are a pre-made squad. I'm gonna get completely ruined. Better alert Tony. My favorite Dead by Daylight streamers. The Entity's Left Hand is really fun, I think. I like watching him a lot. True Talent is also really good. He doesn't stream super frequently, but there's a guy named Hybrid Panda. I like watching him just because he's very lighthearted in his streams. Those are kind of the main ones I watch. Okay, so somebody was here because that... Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the fuck out of me. Bloody party streamers. Nice pun. So that was a total waste of that pallet. What that guy did, that... Wow, I suck. So the Shack pallet is very strong, and this guy just completely wasted it. Alright, so you'll see pop goes the weasel in the bottom right light up, so I have 30 seconds to go kick a generator. Saw Dwight walking through the weeds there. Yeah, these guys are really coordinated. I don't know why he was hiding there instead of running. They got my bad totem. It's very unfortunate. Alright, somebody's running over here. There's Dwight. He still hasn't healed. Saw that guy. These guys don't have any decisive strikes, because decisive strikes will always make at least one person the obsession, and there's no obsession. So you can tell when somebody's the obsession. They'll have little claws around their icon. So since nobody has those claws, that means none of them have decisive strike. And that's nice. Like pretty much if you see somebody with claws, it's good to assume that they have decisive strike. Yeah. I thought I saw somebody right here. I did not. Alright, where did this guy go? He was right there. I don't know why he's just hanging around. Baited that guy out. Oh, there's no pallet here for you, buddy. Yeah, the gas cloud will make them scream if they get caught in it. So you can kind of use it to do like temporary, you know, guard temporarily against stuff. Okay, that guy's over there. Where did that guy run to? A lot of generators that just got done all at once. I can hear you. Shit. That was a bad choice. I thought I could have brought that guy to the basement. Wow! One generator left. That guy running off to the left. There's another one. Alright, there they are going for that save. He was trying to get the, he was trying to knock the pallet down on me while I was carrying this guy. Sorry, Red Jasper, you're dead. No, really? Ah, shit, I thought he was dead. Damn, that sucks. Okay, somebody's around here. Yep, there he is. Let's see if I can snowball some progress here. Nope. Okay, that guy's dead. Like that. And now one of these 2 gens is being worked on. Probably this one because it's farther away. Nope, no progress on it. Somebody hiding behind the barrels there. Oh, that was stupid. Right. Somebody ran all the way over here. Oh, there's blood on the ground here, so somebody's injured still. Running me in a big loop. Okay, there was somebody fixing that generator. Oh, wow. They had a key. Amazing. Man, I was gonna hopefully get a 2 kill out of that, but what can you do about items? Not much. So that's Fart Clown. Let's see, what do I have? I have an okay build with Huntress. No, I don't have anything good with him. Let's just go ahead and have a Wraith game. I will probably get smoked, but let's try it. Huntress sounds good? Okay, we'll do Huntress. See, I don't really have much. So Shadowborn, as you can see, it just makes my FOV wider. Devour Hope is one of my favorite perks, even though it almost never works. Every time I hook a survivor and then they get unhooked and I'm more than 24 meters away, I get a token. When I have 3 tokens, I can down survivors in a single hit. When I have 5 tokens, I can just kill them outright. Most of the time it gets cleansed before it gets there. When it doesn't, it's really fun. Oh yeah, this is the Halloween skin for Huntress. So she has this weird orange hell goop dripping out of her face. She's growing fur, you know, because she's a rabbit. The skin is great. I like it a lot. I love the Halloween skins they put in place. Let's see. Exhausted. What else do we have? Alright, so what my add-ons are here, if I hit somebody with a hatchet, this is going to give them the exhausted status for 90 seconds, and exhausted means that survivors can't use certain perks until the exhausted status is up. Dead Hard, Sprint Burst, they're called adrenaline perks, basically, or exhaustion perks, rather, where you use the perk and then you're exhausted for a certain amount of time. This just forces the exhausted status so they can't do it in the first place. And this just makes it faster to throw hatchets. So I'm bad with her because I can't aim the hatchets for shit. And there's no crosshair, so we'll see how it goes. Another thing I like about the Huntress, and it's actually kind of a disadvantage, but I think it's really neat, just aesthetically, I guess, is when she's running around the level, she's humming a Russian lullaby. Survivors can hear it, and they know she's coming, so it's actually a disadvantage, but I think it's just neat. I think it's a cool little extra point. She only hums when she's not chasing a survivor, and a little extra touch they put in is that if you haven't seen a survivor in a few minutes, the humming will get crazier. So that's fun. Like she starts kind of laughing insanely in the middle of it. Yeah, I'm not great with her. She is considered one of the top killers in the game just because the ranged attack is really powerful if you can aim it. Okay, there's already somebody up there. Map is not great for Huntress because there's so much shit in the way. It's hard to get a damn hatchet off. Somebody's right here. Oh man, come on. Whoa! Alright, so now I'm motivated to just get the fuck away from her so that I can get a stack of Devour Hope. But my totems are in pretty bad spots, so I suspect they're both going to get cleansed. When the Huntress carries 5 hatchets, and she has to reload them. Yep, there it goes. There goes Devour Hope. So she has to reload her hatchets at the lockers. Okay. Whoa! And there goes my ruin. So effectively now I am playing with 2 perks instead of 4. And it's just the high risk, high reward nature of hex perks. The ranged attack is still just 1 hit. But it is nice because, you know, it's a hit that you can make while not having to chase somebody down all the way. She does have an add-on that makes her hatchets down people in 1 hit. And generally speaking, if you run those, people will just disconnect rather than play against you. Where did they run? And somebody's still here. Yeah, this Jake knows how to dodge hatchets pretty well. Not all survivors do. Jesus Christ, I'm just getting smoked. I don't know where the hell that Jake went. Yeah. Fuck me, how did I miss that? These guys are just beating the shit out of me. This is kind of the thing about this game, like, there's 4 survivors and there's 1 of me, so realistically, it's hard to keep pressure on all of them. Wow. And this is basically what survivors should be doing, is just rushing generators. If the survivors just rush generators, they win. That's just how this game is. And more or less, the way the killer wins is for survivors not to do the generators. But, again, there's only 1 of me. There's only 1 killer, so it's a lofty task. I don't know what her thought process was there. Somebody's working on that generator. Somebody's working on that generator. I suspect all 4 of them are gonna get out. Oh Wow, there's somebody literally right here who is wounded. Hey, buddy. Yep. One kill. That's not great. In the right hands, yeah, in the right hands, the Huntress is deadly. Wow, they have this gate open already. Almost. Hey, Jake. Yep, so she opened that gate.
Yeah.
Then she's just gonna come and try and free him. She's right there. So he's gonna try and get out. I was gonna be so mad if they had another key. I had too many escapes from keys. Teabagging me. Hi, Jake. Good dead hard. So I suspect the other person is going to have crawled out the exit by the time I get over there. Yeah, she's crawling for it. See if she makes it. She might. Survivors can crawl faster than you think. Yep, she made it. Alright, well, 2 kills. That Jake messed up. He made a lot of mistakes in that last chase. Oh well. Yeah, the scratches are, yeah, I did okay. Well, especially that map. That map is really bad for Huntress. Thank you. Yeah, you just kind of have to... I don't know. Scratches are hard to notice sometimes, but you just have to, I don't know, I guess it's just kind of an acquired skill. I don't know. It's hard, you know, and the code that makes the scratches is not great, so sometimes it makes really terrible scratches. Yeah, I mean, look at her, she's so gross. She's got fur growing everywhere. Stuff coming out of her eyes. Let's go through the Halloween skins, because I love them. This is the Trapper. You know, all his various scratches and stuff is glowing, and his mask is dripping. He's pretty gross. The Wraith, the developer said the Wraith was the most popular Halloween skin based on purchase. Like, he's just super gross and dripping, and he has a hole straight through him, like you can see his spinal cord right there. Oh, you guys probably can't see my mouse pointer, I just realized. Anyway. Let's see, do I have Hillbilly? I don't have the Hillbilly skin. Okay, I can't show you the Hillbilly skin. He has like faces coming out of him. Who else has a Halloween skin? Oh, the Doctor also has one. I don't think I bought that one either. Okay. The Doctor's Halloween skin is pretty gross and drippy. Like, he has 3 eyes that all move independently. It's pretty gross looking. Alright, well. What now? Should we do another Myers game? I'll get a lobby created, and then... Any preferences? No preferences. Okay. We'll just do Myers again. Love seeing me dunk on people. Those jukes go wrong and knives get used. I'm honestly, like, compared to some of the really good killers in this game, like, there's a streamer named Scott Jund, who's pretty much the best Huntress player in the world. Like, I've played against him a few times, and he can literally hit you with a hatchet from across the map with no effort. He's unbelievably good. There's another streamer, his name is Marth88. He doesn't stream this game anymore because he's really annoyed by some of the balance problems. He is widely regarded as the best nurse player in the world, and like, if you want to see somebody just dunk on survivors, go on YouTube and look up Marth88 nurse games. Like, he will just smash them. Like, he frequently gets 4 kills without any generators being done with nurse. Like, within 3-4 minutes. He just smokes people. What do I have for nurse? I have a pretty decent build on nurse. We'll do a nurse game after this. Like I said, I'm terrible with her, but you know, she's kind of fun. Marth88, yep. So he's been playing now Identity V, which is more or less a Dead by Daylight clone that came out in China last year. It was done in conjunction with Behavior, and they just came out with a PC client, so he's been playing a lot of Identity V lately. Marth, TH. Marth88 is the guy. He got 4 friends, and they were trying to prove that the game is balanced way in favor of survivors. So they played basically 300 games at various levels of perks and using Discord or not and things like that. And I think they ended up winning something like 97% of games. Like, even the very best killers in the game could barely touch them. And it was just to prove, like, hey, this game is really unbalanced if the survivors just focus on generators. Like, the killer cannot win. And in response, the devs did absolutely nothing. So after that, he decided he was pretty much done with the game. Okay, this is not a great Myers map because you can't really stalk people through the corn. We'll see. See how it goes. Well, somebody's here. Hi, Meg. I haven't leveled up my power, so I'm really slow. But I thought I was going to get her there. But Meg made a bad choice. Honestly, if she had just run straight away from me, I couldn't have caught her. At level 1 of his power, Myers is very, very slow. Okay. Guy over here. Yeah, see, you can't stalk through the corn real easily. Oh, he's right here. He's gonna slam this pallet. That's fine. This pallet's a very strong pallet, so it's nice to get rid of it. Okay, they finally rescued that Meg. There's a Dwight over here, I think. Yep. There we go. I mean, I can definitely see that point, Kyle. Their point more was that the killers have no ability to affect the pace of, to affect the outcome of the game. It's really more about whether the survivors screw up. And if the survivors screw up, then the killers can win. But if survivors don't screw up, then killers have no chance. And that was kind of the point they were trying to... Hello. Thought I saw somebody in the corn there. Somebody's around there. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's one of those things like, should you balance around the very top people in the world? Should you balance around average win rates? What do you do? Like, it seems like balancing a game is really hard. I mean, like, I think it's definitely worth noting that of all the people in his, he called it the D-Pip squad, because they were forcing killers to D-rank or D-Pip. That out of all the members of the D-Pip squad, I think 2 of them have just flat out given up on the game. I mean, I think that's part of the difficulty, is it's hard to balance a game for both fun and competitiveness, and ultimately, it's probably just hard as shit to balance an asymmetric game at all. Like, I certainly don't envy them the task. I knew she was around here somewhere. She's gonna run through the window. Yeah, I've all had the same problems, and there was this kind of Evolve post-mortem interview that came out a few months ago where they basically said, like, yeah, it's impossible to balance a 4v1 game. It's a really difficult task when you don't have symmetric sides. I don't know why he waited there. That was a mistake. Oh no, he has a pallet here. Okay. I mean, to be fair to Behavior, as soon as they bought the publishing rights to the game back, they've been making pretty massive changes to the game balance. You know, they've made a lot of improvements to the killer game in general. You know, killers are actually quite a bit stronger than they used to be. They just ultimately haven't solved the core issue that killers can't dictate the pace of the game. You know? I go for this guy. I don't necessarily like to go after people who are just unhooked. That's not fun for them. There you go. That's how you put down a pallet. Yeah, publishers are bad. One thing that's kind of interesting about Identity V is they've been able to make some fairly rapid updates to the game, putting in a lot of features that people have been requesting for Dead by Daylight for a long time. Probably because they're not quite as burdened. Like, they added a 2 killer versus 8 survivor mode. Which sounds ludicrous. But that's been a long time request. I know that was also a big thing that a lot of Evolve players wanted, was a 2 monsters versus 8 hunters mode. Is there a pallet here? There is. I don't know. I could be wrong about all this. This is just my dumb opinion. I mean, the fact that this game is, like, fundamentally broken and I still play it every single day, I think speaks to, you know, there's something about it, certainly. Hello. This is not a good time to go for that window. There you are. Come on, Quentin. This is Quentin. He's a character from the new Nightmare on Elm Street game. And I just saw Meg, so let's go kill Meg. Where's Meg? We saw her. Meg. I don't know. Screw it. Yeah, you know, there's some fun stuff. Like, this game is still fun, ultimately, even if it's really unbalanced. Like, it can be very unfun if you get hit with, you know, basically the deep hit squad that is super overpowered. They know exactly how to play, and they just wreck your face. But you know, it's still ultimately a fun game. I still like it. So I could camp that hook, but I don't know. I don't enjoy doing it. Not fun to camp. Alright, so I'll let Quentin go off and heal, and I'll take out Meg. Oh, she had an insta-heal medkit. She thinks that's going to save her. But it's not. Okay, she's dead. I see Quentin anywhere. Nope. So Quentin's nearby. Seeing if he could go for the rescue, but obviously not. So now he's just going to be running for the hatch. Like, the hatch is another mechanic that I think is really unbalanced, but whatever, it's not a big deal. Yeah, she walked herself right into the murder basement. Hey, I finally made it to the red rings. Wow. That is a large rank disparity. Alright. Let's try a nurse game. Let's just bite this bullet. Yep, 2 more levels until the best level. I'm not going to use any. What do I have for her cosmetics? Ooh, I have the Black Bride cosmetic. The bright red offering is... That is an ebony moray, so I can kill all the survivors once I hook them. Or did you mean... Yeah. Yep. This is the most powerful offering on the killer side in the game. Which is why it's fairly rare. I only have 5 of them. Oh, hey, I have one of these. I'll use that instead. We may not get a lobby, but we'll see. Wow, it's 10:30 already. Holy cow. Time really flies. Where did all the survivors go? Yeah, I'm denying fun to the survivors. Yeah, we've had some pretty good games. I think the most we've had in Escape is 2. I keep saying we. Yeah, the hardest part about Nurse is it's really dependent on being able to predict survivor movement. You can't predict their movement, you can't do well with Nurse, because you have to, they'll run behind a wall, and you basically have to guess where they're going to be when you pop out the other side of the wall. These people are both from Asia. Yeah, nice laggy game. I didn't even have to type that out, I just had that pre-made. Because they need to fix it. Person is very laggy. 283 ping. And they just want to go ahead and play with that lag. Alright, sure. Let's do it. Increased fog, blood points, remove a hook. That was a quick load. Oh, this is a terrible, terrible map for Nurse. There's no walls, and it's so hard to see people through the corn. Going to be this whole game is just me missing blinks over and over and over. Are they all here? Jesus. had 2 gens down already. Completely lost her. I might try another nurse game after this on not this map. I'm having to concentrate a lot more. So somebody was just here. And they're right here. Oh, okay. Somebody's right here. Yeah, I think they're all gonna escape. Yeah, look how much distance she has on me already. Lost her. This gate's already open. Yep, there it goes. map is really tough for Nurse. As you can see, I can totally see all the survivors. Very, very good visibility. Awesome. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. You thought this was open. Oh my god. That grab was sick. Let's see if I can get her to a hook. Where did she go? There she is. Hi. They played really well, and that was just luck at the end. But I'll take 2 kills. They really should have looped around and gone for this exit door instead of trying to get that one. That was a good game. This skin is really cool. Look at this shit. I did not pip. And that is accurate. 2 brand new parts. Wow, that's why they had such fast progression. This basically lets them repair generators super fast. Anyway. Oh, the nurse is great. I love the nurse, but I'm so bad with her. Alright, I have time for basically one more game. What should we play? Oh, I have an idea. We're gonna play Myers. We're gonna play Asshole Myers. This may not work. Should I do... So, this combination will let me, if I get my power all the way up to level 3, it lasts forever and I can murder anyone once I'm in level 3. I don't have to hook them or even down them. So that's one option. It takes a really long time to get to level 3, but if you can do it, you can just murder everyone. Or we could play Spooky Myers. Spooky Myers is a lot of fun, but it has to be on the right map. Hey, and we have the thing to send us to the right map. Spooky Myers. Let's do Spooky Myers. Spooky Myers is fun. Let's see. So Spooky Myers, you use Monitor and Abuse to take your terror radius down to 0. You play it on Leary's Memorial Institute. And you use Scratched Mirror. Scratched Mirror locks you into the first tier of your power, but it also lets you see through walls anytime you're stalking. You can see survivors within 32 meters. So you can pop out around a corner and just nail somebody. The bad part is, because you're in tier 1, you're very slow, so you're not going to win chases. It's all about jump scares. Let's do Spooky Myers. That's fun. Let's see, what are the best perks for that? I don't need barbecue and chili, because I will have the scratched mirror. Let's go with this. Let's just have Devour Hope in there, just to see if we can murder someone. And we'll go ahead and put on the Bloody Myers outfit. So the bad part about Spooky Myers is if the survivors figure out that that's what you're doing, they can more or less completely counter it. All they have to do is run away earlier if they think you're coming. And they can hear your footsteps, they can hear your breathing. But the generator noise tends to drown a lot of that out. But yeah, if they figure out what you're doing, they can just run away. But it's fun. It's a fun build. Especially on this map, if we can get it going. You know, it doesn't work basically on any other map but this one. Because this map has a lot of rooms and corners and hallways. Lots of stuff to obscure line of sight to you. Because when you're playing against Myers, you pretty much just look for a big white mask that you can see from across the map to tell where he is. But in Leary's Memorial Institute, you can't see across that map because it's all indoors. I'm gonna be real disappointed if we can't get survivors now. Yeah, Spooky Myers is good. I guess while we're waiting, go ahead and look at the schedule. I think tomorrow... Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time, Kyle is going to play Hitman 2. Going into it blind. And that is right here on FunDeniers. So I look forward to that because I really enjoy watching people play Hitman. The game is fun to watch. So be sure to be around tomorrow evening to watch that. Hitsgiving, yes. It is Hitsgiving. Still no survivors. That's not great. Oh, really? What was the issue you were running into? Just crash? Oh, that's no good. Just repeatedly hard locked, huh? That seems like a problem. Alright. Still no survivors. We'll back out. Sometimes the lobbies get bugged and no one can join, so we'll back out and recreate, and hopefully that will work. Did it do it just once? Hit those men. Huh. But it was doing it repeatedly. I assume you have like latest video drivers and all that stuff. I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Could you try moving it to a different drive? I wonder if like you're running into some I/O contention or something, which would be hilariously ironic. Well, this Spooky Myers build might be a bust. Way to go out on a whimper. No, I think it has its own install completely. And I really wanted to do a Spooky Myers game. Disappointing. Oh well. We'll finish out with a Survivor game, since we can't get a killer lobby. Myers got them all. Play Survivor with Sexy David. Let's see. What's my loadout with him? That's all the perks I like running, just not the best versions of all of them. So lightweight makes my scratch marks fade away a second faster at this level. This lets me see any injured survivor anywhere on the map through walls. This is basically a short invincibility dash that I can do once I'm injured, and it makes me exhausted for 40 seconds. And every time I complete a generator, I can see the killer for 5 seconds, and then when the last generator is powered, I can see him for 7. Yeah, the Shirtless David skin exists 100% because of slash art, basically. And the Dead by Daylight devs are pretty okay with slash art. In fact, they made some of the slash pairings official canon now. So apparently, officially in the game lore, the Nurse and the Wraith have a thing going, because that was apparently very popular slash art. And I think that's amazing. How's the sound been throughout the stream? Like, game sound? You know, is the game a good volume? The mic a good volume compared to that? Any issues? How about like frame rate? Has the stream been smooth? Awesome. I just took a kind of a whack at the noise suppression and the noise gate. Seems like I got a pretty good setting set up. Smooth as hell. Well, this noise gate's so good. Well, if we can't get another survivor, we might just end on no game. That would be a bummer. The survivor I like to use, and maybe we can occupy some time here, I like to use Nia. Because, you know, why wouldn't I play a lesbian street artist punk? That seems pretty great. PS4 ending. So, I will level her up while we wait for hopefully one more person. PS4 ending. I get it. Hey, there's Decisive Strike. I guess actually it's not even a knife, it's more of just like a shard of glass. Anyway, fuck that perk. I never run it. It's so broken and unbalanced. What do we got? Kindred. Ooh. No, wait, Kindred. Yeah, we'll take Kindred. Neither of these perks is good. Urban evasion, slippery meat. This is a real exciting stream, huh? The level up stream. I think this lobby's busted. We'll try another lobby. That is the sound of the entity slurping and then a piano. Hey, there we go. Look at that. And immediately 2 people quit. God damn it. Oh, I almost have enough to get... Okay. Back to David. Hey, we actually got a game. And I'm only 3 minutes over my time. Okay, we'll finish out with this game and then we'll call it a stream. Because I'm sure not going to end on sitting here in a lobby for 20 minutes. I'm not great at Survivor. Good stream, thank you. I do stream this game a few times a week. You know, just sometimes with Mike, sometimes without. I don't know, I think it's a fun game to watch. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully me rambling on about the game balance was not boring. A good game to see happen to other people. Yes. Rancid Abattoir. Oh, part of the wall didn't spawn in there for a sec. Okay. It's pretty much right at the beginning when you don't know what killer it is. It's a good idea to just kind of constantly scan around. Oh, it's the Wraith. Because it could be Michael Myers or the Wraith, you know, one of these stealth killers. Hey, buddy. Oop. Kind of sandbagged this Meg. The Wraith has taken the time to bust all the pallets, so I don't know if this will come across in the stream, but yeah, he kind of has a predator shimmer when he's invisible. One thing I really like about the Wraith is the fact that he turns invisible and visible again by clanging a big bell made out of a skull. So if you look in the lower left, you can see the little claws around the injured person and how they're moving. That means this person is the obsession. And then when the claws are moving, it means they're being chased. So it's a good way to get information about what's happening. And then because I have the empathy perk, I can just see her through walls. So yeah, the number one thing that survivors can do to win is just generators. You know, this guy's running around not doing a generator, and that's basically him just wasting time. Especially in the early game, you want to get generators done as fast as possible. Okay, there he is. There's my perk going off. Dark Sense, or whatever it is. Oh boy, he is right here. Where is he? You should probably run. Hey, what up, buddy? Yeah, I see he's going after the previously hooked person. He wants to take her down, get her out of the game. Yeah, empathy is a great perk for getting information. So even though I'm injured, I'm not looking for heals. I just want to get these generators done. And if more survivors did this, they would win. That is a bad save. He's gonna go down. Oh. Yeah. So the killer's just chasing after her still. So she's gonna die. That was a very bad save that Bill just did. Let's see, I need another generator. And she's about to fall to the ground because of borrowed time. And then she's dead. Yep. That was a very bad rescue. Oh man, my dead hard did not go off. Damn it. Tried to dead hard, but kind of got lagged out of it. It's very touchy. Dead hard is the thing where I can dash for a second and I'm invincible. But it did not go off. Hey buddy, you just camping around me, huh? That's cool. See, right now what both these guys should be doing is generators. He's over there healing, and she's just ducking behind a wall. They should be fixing generators. This is how killers win. Let's see if the Wraith comes back to me. I'll try and kill me. Yep, here he is. He's just gonna focus on me. She's over there healing. Let's see if I can go back to this generator. Like, it takes something like 40 seconds to heal yourself, like that. So that means that if she will have healed herself twice over, that's 80 seconds she wasted. It also, coincidentally, takes 80 seconds to repair a generator by yourself. So that's one whole generator that she has wasted. Okay, Bill let himself die. Oh shit. I'm dead. No pallet, I couldn't get through the window in time. And she's just off looking for the hatch. Oh no. She briefly repaired a generator. Yeah, she's just ducking. I don't know. I should be less critical of other survivors, but it's like, all you have to do is the generators. And so many times survivors just don't do generators. He's using me as bait. Did he see her? He sure did. She's dead. And now we're both dead. more or less nothing I can do here. This guy's decent enough at tracking. At this point, all I can really hope to do is waste enough of the killer's time that maybe Meg can get the hatch. Nope. Oh, hey, the hatch is right there. Look at that. I don't think she's going to get it. I'm just curious if he finds her or not. Yeah, it happens. No, he still hasn't found her. I think she's around here. And she's just gonna let herself bleed to death behind a wall over there. Yeah. I don't know, I did okay. But yeah. Survivor's gotta do generators. That's all they gotta do. It's literally their only objective in the game. Yeah, she's just sitting in this corner. Alright, well. He was the killer. You gay. Good name. He also had no one escapes death, which means as soon as all 5 generators are powered, he can down anyone with a single hit. It is, in my mind, the closest thing killers have to decisive strike, and I also don't run this. Oh well. Well, I guess that's going to do it. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching. This was fun, and I will probably be doing it again, more in December. Yeah, we'll hopefully be able to get a Spooky Myers game going next time. I will try to do that, but in the meantime, here's a GIF. Thanks for watching.